Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, The Town Watch. My name is Josh Town. Thank you for stopping by today. Got a quick overview video for you today of a new watch from a new micro brand called First Stage. And this is their first offering, and First Stage is actually a watch venture between Second Hour Watches out of Australia, another micro brand that many of you might be familiar with, and a man by the name of Jack Hypoxia, who is a prolific watch modder. And if you're interested in him, I didn't know too much about him, but his Instagram is right there if you want to check him out. So this is kind of a collaboration. They call it a venture between Second Hour and this man, Jack Hypoxia. And this is their first offering called the Shoal Deep, as you can see written on the dial there. So the brand is First Stage. This watch is called the Shoal Deep, and it's quite an interesting piece. You can see that I have the DLC coded blacked out version here on my channel, and I'm happy to spend some time with it. I don't have it long enough to really do a full review, so I'm just calling this a quick overview type video. But this watch is actually launching on Kickstarter April of this year, so next month. I'm not sure the exact date on that at this point, but you can keep an eye out for that. All the links to this watch will be in the description below. If you're interested in a piece like this, we're going to do some dimensions on this watch in the video, get a wrist shot and get a lume shot, and just go over the specs and features really quickly that we're dealing with on this new release piece from the new micro brand First Stage. Before we get into that, just for pricing wise, there's an early bird price of $450 for this watch, and then the retail after that will be $595. So what's going on in this piece right here? The movement is a Mediota. Yeah, I just created my own new movement line right there. No, Miyota. It's a Miyota 9039 movement, so that's a no date movement in this watch. You get 300 meters of water resistance here. This is a ceramic bezel insert, and it is lumed sapphire crystal with AR coating. It is double dome sapphire there, I believe 6 layers of AR coating on the underside of the crystal. They're using a Swiss BGW9 for the lume on this watch. And of course, this watch is stainless steel all the way around, the bracelet, everything. And it has a nice DLC coating everywhere. And a lot of the watch is like a matte finish. There is some kind of more polished surfaces. You can see on the sides of the bracelet here, kind of a black polish there, but the case is a matte finish, and most of it is a matte color. You can see the clasp is a matte dark finish as well. Get a quick look at the embossed case back here. You can see all those sharks swimming around, and that is matched on the dial of this watch also. So that is pretty cool. You know, I don't think there's any other dials like this out there with that shark pattern, and I think it's pretty neat for sure. And I like the dial on this watch. I like the indices and how they're applied, and I like the handset here, kind of a gunmetal gray, and that second hand is kind of unique in its shape also, and I think it all goes together really well. I like the pops of red that you get on the chapter ring and also on the bezel here, and with the word automatic adds a little bit of color to this DLC version, and I think it looks all around pretty good. Now this one has a 12-hour bezel. They have other ones with a dive time bezel, but nice looking piece, signed crown, screwed down, and good specs here. You can tell that it's a SKX style case. I'm not sure if the dimensions are exactly the same. I'm not too familiar with the SKX. I've never had one, believe it or not, like many people have, but you can tell that this watch and the case is definitely very close to that. So let's get some quick dimensions here, see what we're working with, starting with the case diameter. Get my measurements here, 42.4. Case thickness with that domed sapphire crystal, 13.7. You do have female end links here, which I appreciate, so you can get a true lug-to-lug distance of 45.9, and then it is a 22 millimeter lug opening here, even though that's coming out a little bit less than that. It is 22. Nice bracelet as well, nice beads of rice bracelet. I did find that some of these links were a little sticky, as you can tell, but this is a prototype version, so do keep that in mind. And even some of the coating, you can see when you move the links, some of the coating didn't get on the ends of those beads of rice, which is not too much of a concern, because when you wear it on your wrist, you're not going to see that. It's not going to articulate that far to be able to notice that, but I just wanted to take note of that. But the bracelet I really enjoy. I like the screw pins that you get here for the links. You get solid end links here also. Nice milled clasp, which also has that coating on it, and then fold over and push button here, signed as well with the First Stage logo and name. So bracelet on this, very pleased with, very nice, and I like the finishing all the way around. I think it looks great. So let me throw it on my 6.5 inch wrist and we'll get a quick wrist shot. There it is on my 6.5 inch wrist. I did adjust the micro adjust on the clasp, but it is a little bit loose still. I should probably bring it in one more, and there are plenty of micro adjusts. I failed to mention that. I'll show you that in a second, but feels pretty good on the wrist, and I like blacked out watches, so I'm glad they sent this one to me, but they do have other colorways that you can check out as well. Let's get a lume shot. All right, here's a quick lume shot. Charged it up just briefly with my UV flashlight. You can see the BGW9 coming in really nicely. Nice loomed bezel as well. One of the changes that they did mention is that this portion here, this line, is supposed to be a different color in the production models, so you can keep that in mind as well. But I'm pretty happy with how the lume looks. So I wanted to show you the micro adjust real quick. You can see there's 6 places to adjust right there on the clasp, so that is wonderful when you're in a pinch and need to bring in your bracelet or bring it out. Those micro adjusts really come in handy. Again, it's a ceramic bezel insert. The bezel is easy to grip. Just want to give you a little action here. Feels good, no real back play, and everything feels great there. So I do want to just briefly go over some likes and dislikes about this watch with the short time that I've had it. Now again, please keep in mind that this is a prototype watch, so I'm sure some of these things might change. But the first thing that I noticed here is that it seems like on this particular one, the actual dial itself is canted a little bit to the left. Perhaps I'm seeing something, but it seems that way to me. I'm not sure if you guys can tell that or not, but it does not seem like it's straight up and down. It seems like it's canted a little bit to the right. You guys let me know if I'm just seeing things or you can see that as well. Also, the crown functions really nicely, but it is a little bit sharp with the knurling that is there, and you can even see that there's little pieces of skin and in the grooves of that crown, and that is not just from me. I received the watch and it had some of that leftover skin residue from other people because it is a little sharp, so they might take care of that, and hopefully on the production models it will be a little bit smoother there, so you don't have to lose all the skin on your fingertips. But those are just some minor gripes. I did mention the bracelet being sticky at some point in the links. like that, but again, this is a prototype watch. What do I like about this piece? I like the overall looks of it. I think it's a solid, well-built piece, 300 meters, water resistant, sapphire crystal, a really nice Miyota movement in the 9039. The finishing is great. The bracelet overall is solid and looks great with this watch, in my opinion. And I do like the dial. You know, I don't think I'd buy the watch just simply for that pattern, but it does not bother me, and I do like the indices again. Nice loomed bezel. So overall, I think this is a quality piece from the new brand, First Stage. So look out for them on Kickstarter coming in April of this year. All the links will be down below, and you can check out their other colorways for this watch. And please let me know what you think of this piece down in the comments below. Please give this video a like if you liked this video and help support the channel that way. I really appreciate that. And do leave your comments down below, questions that you might have, and I'll try and interact with all of the comments as I try and do on all of my videos. But thank you so much for tuning in to The Town Watch. We'll see you next time.